Hi, my name is Rich Dunn, founder of the Q997, and just honored just to be here to take the next couple minutes and just share a quick, brief history of the Q997 and kind of where it all started. It really was a phone call we received back in the late 90s from someone that says, hey, you guys interested in radio? And Gary Wright and myself took the phone call pretty seriously, believe it or not, and said, hey, could we reach that many more people with a message of hope found only in Jesus through radio? And so that started a 7 to 8 year process of applying, reapplying, numerous setbacks, wondering, is this thing ever going to get off the ground? And finally in 2005, we were awarded a construction permit that gave us permission from the FCC to start what is now the Q997. And some key people that were part of that were David Lee Jr., a friend of mine from Florida that came up for a year and spent a year just to get us on the air. Lee D'Amatos helped construct the actual tower that the current antenna sits on, where we broadcast from in Feeding Hills. And Tammy, who was serving down in Tennessee, had given us permission to use her application as a sub-application, so that in our desire to want to start this, we received the most points. Thus, we were awarded the station, which is now the Q997. So when we look at all this, I just stop and I stand in awe, because New England's always been known as a desperate place. It's always been known as a cold place. It's always been known as a place that struggles. But I feel like because of the Q997, so much of those places of desperation is waning, because people are finding hope. And they're finding hope because there's individuals like you that take the time to pray for the Q997, that take time to engage and be salt and light where you're at. And that's really the message of the Q997. The whole premise of God, Music, and Life is so that people can experience God through music, so they can truly encounter a life that is forever changed. And matter of fact, the very first gift to the Q was a $5 bill from a young kid who was 15 years old. And he said, hey, Rich, he goes, I want to put this towards something that matters. And since that time, every time I've seen a $5 bill, I've asked myself, God, do I have that kind of heart? What do I get behind? And so I just want to thank each of you that have gotten behind the Q997 to make it and move it from a place of idea to a place of reality. And again, in Scripture it says, without vision people perish. And we had a vision. God gave us a vision. And because of that vision, we're celebrating 10 years of the Q997 being on the air, impacting tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands over the past number of years of lives transformed. Thank you for being a part of the vision. Thanks for being a part of the Q997. Thank you for being a part of what God is doing.